Gareth, how are you?
Morning, you okay?
Yeah, good, thank you. Um, what's your summer been like then, Gareth? Have you had a chance, did you have a chance to sort of go away and reflect on the Euros? What went well, what didn't go so well? Did you have a chance to have a good holiday, a good rest with the family?
Yeah, a little. Obviously, we had a new baby, so it was a bit, it was a bit hectic. But no, yeah, it was nice to have a bit of a rest. Yeah, reflected obviously a bit on the Euros. Yeah, I think we were all, I guess, pleased with the performance. I think we felt the minimum requirement was to get out of the group. Yeah, we'd obviously have loved to have gone further, and it wasn't meant to be. But yeah, I think we can look back on it and learn from the mistakes that we made, and but we can also take a lot of positives out of it.
What is life like for you at the moment with that new baby then in the house? Are you back to sleepless nights and all that kind of thing? What's it been like?
No, it's fine. It's yeah, it's just normal family life. Yeah, something I love.
You'd have been aware, Gareth, because you were asked the question after the Euros, what are you going to do next? And there were all these people saying, he's going to retire, he's going to retire. But here you are, you're still playing for Wales. You're back playing for Real Madrid again. As far as you're concerned, there were never any thoughts, were there, about hanging up those golden boots?
No. Everyone just seems to make up stories when they want, and yeah, I don't know, they just make up some wild things. So yeah, I'd never planned to finish. Like I said before, I wanted to just concentrate on the Euros. I didn't want to have to explain myself. I didn't feel like I needed to. I still don't feel like I need to. And yeah, I think no matter what I'd said I was going to do, whether I said I was going to stay, leave, retire, whatever, I think it would have caused a big story and an annoying story and a distracting story. So yeah, I think it was, for me, it was better not to say anything and yeah, just try and concentrate on the job in hand.
I think what threw people is when you said in a post-match interview at the end of last season when you were at Spurs that if I say anything now it will cause chaos.
Because it would have probably caused chaos if I was saying I was going to stay at Real Madrid, so it was better I didn't.
You are at Real Madrid and enjoying it again, obviously back in. Carlo Ancelotti seems to love you. You're scoring goals, you're back in the team?
Yeah, no, I've always had a great relationship with Carlo, but I think it's the same. You have to perform to get in the team, and yeah, I had a good pre-season, had a good start to the season. So yeah, just one of those things in football. You can yeah, just have to play well, and the perception changes very quickly.
Any thoughts at all about what happens next year after this final year of the contract?
Like, I only just started this year. You're already asking questions. No, I haven't thought about anything after this game, to be honest. I'm just concentrating on each and every game as it comes. Yeah, just trying to enjoy it.
In terms of Wales, Gareth, you said you want to play for Wales at a World Cup. It's the one ambition perhaps left on the list to tick off. You've also got those personal accolades. I wonder how important they are to you. You're on 97 caps, so 3 more for the 100, only 5 away from Chris Gunter's all-time record. How important are those things as well?
Yeah, no, of course. I want to play in a World Cup for Wales, not just for myself, but for the country as a whole. I think it would be an incredible experience for the nation. So yeah, we're obviously fully focused now on trying to do that. Another important game tomorrow. Yeah, and obviously I think in terms of the caps, I think yeah, every player would love to get to 100 caps. Obviously I know I'm very close, and yeah, it'll be nice if I can get it done.
That could happen this autumn, really, getting over the 100 mark. And in terms of how important these 2 games are, in terms of getting to the World Cup, do you have to win both of these matches, do you think, against Belarus and Estonia?
Yeah, I feel like we need to win them. I think obviously Belgium are on a very good run. They're top of the table. So yeah, to keep up with them, we need to be winning games. So yeah, these 2 next games, like all the games are vitally important. They're must-wins if we want to qualify. And yeah, we're going to be going into tomorrow fully prepared, just focusing on that game alone. And yeah, hopefully we can get the 3 points and move on.
All the best. Thank you, Gareth.
Thank you.
Morning, Gareth. How are you?
Morning, how are you?
Yeah, all good, thank you. Just Gareth, just on the World Cup, just picking up on that again. Just how much of being at a World Cup, you know, whether you're captaining or just playing for the team, whatever. How much has that been part of your long planning, making sure that your career, you could have a career that could go that far, managing your body, etc. Just how much has World Cup been part of your planning?
Yeah, no, it's always been a part of my plan, and I think since I was a young kid, I think everyone would be lying to you if they didn't say they wanted to play in a World Cup for their country. So yeah, obviously we're in the start of, or the mix of a qualifying campaign now. So yeah, we're all fully prepared mentally and physically to try and do that, and yeah, we're all working in the same direction to try and qualify.
And just on sort of having Rob said when he announced the squad, he used the word, I just feel Gareth's got a bug back, he about football. Has sort of maybe a better environment at Real Madrid helped that? You were always happy with Wales, you always gave 100% with Wales, but just as a better environment at Real Madrid, is that having a tangible benefit for you, physically and mentally?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's always good to be in a good environment. I think that's why the biggest reason why I went to Tottenham, I knew it would be a better environment for me. It was a break that maybe I needed at the time, and yeah, I had a great time at Tottenham. Definitely helped me mentally be back in a happier place, and I think that showed again coming back with Wales in the Euros. And then yeah, I've kind of brought that into Real Madrid this season, where obviously there is a better environment for myself anyway. So yeah, I think yeah, just being in a happier place. I think every player will tell you if they're in a happier place mentally, then physically they're going to feel better and perform better.
Just if I could bring it on to Wales now, the Belarus game. Have you ever known a game be maybe perhaps as challenging? I know a lot is kept from the players, but you are, the captain, the senior player. You've had visa issues, withdrawals, COVID. You've got to play a game on a neutral venue that's even further away than it was had you gone to Minsk.
I'm surprised the neutral venue wasn't Wembley, to be honest with you. Everything else seems to be there.
Well, the point being is Wales haven't had a say in this, and no fans as well. Do you kind of feel like you're just being treated like a second-rate nation, whereas maybe perhaps we could say it, England, France, Italy might have had a better deal?
Would probably have been at Wembley.
Yeah.
We're trying not to think about things like this. Yeah, we know it's not the ideal situation, but we've got to deal with it. We've got to get on with it. We've got to prepare correctly. Yeah, it's making things a little bit more difficult, but at the end of the day, we need to go out there, get the 3 points with no excuses. So, yeah, we're just fully focused on preparing, travel, and getting it all correct, and giving ourselves the best chance come kick-off.
Gareth, just unfortunately, just a serious question to end with. Rob, just prior to you, I asked him just about racism again in football. And Rob gave a really good answer where he just said, right, you wait for FIFA, time to stop talking, it's time to act. As players, do you feel that as well? Because it's not just what happened to Raheem Sterling and the England players the other day. This has happened to Wales players, and it happens and it gets brushed away and we carry on, and the same thing happens again. As players, what can you say? What influence could you have on those that govern the game? Because nothing really is changing. What would you say to FIFA about this? Apparently they've launched an investigation now and they're going to do something, but what would you urge them? Because this could happen to a Wales player.
No, of course it's frustrating. I don't know why they launch these investigations, which take so long. It's clear to see. I'm sure the players on the pitch, even the fans at the stadium, the ones that heard it, I think it's been picked up on camera. It's been picked up by journalists. I really don't get why there has to be such big investigation. It's clear that it happened. It doesn't matter whether it happened a little or a lot. The action needs to be taken to stop it. And I think I don't know the severity of what to do but obviously it seems that the easiest thing is to ban them from, whether you just ban the fans from the stadium, or even if they keep repeating to doing it, which seems to be what is happening, then you ban the country from the competition. I think it kicks it out straight away if that country keeps making these horrible gestures, then yeah, maybe the best thing is to get rid of them and give them a suspension, and hopefully they'll learn a lesson that way.
Mr. Gareth, thank you as always for your honest answers. Much appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Geraint. Lawrence Moore?
Hey Gareth, just a quick one to bring you back to the visas situation. Could you give us an idea of what you had to go through to get your visa for Russia? I know James Lawrence was talking about a lot of very personal information that you guys had to give up for this.
Yeah, yes, it's not ideal. Yeah, you don't want to obviously give out loads of personal information, but it's one of those things that we had to do. So I guess it's just one of those circumstances that we're in. We kind of had to do it. Maybe Russia wasn't the best neutral venue, but like I said just now, it is what it is. It's done now. We had to do what we had to do, and yeah, we have to just get on with the game.
And just towards yourself there, from the outside, we sort of see the social media that Real Madrid put up, and there's photographs of you and sort of you and Benzema and things like that. And from the outside looking in, it looks like there's sort of, if you want of a better phrase, there's more love for you there, or respect for you. Is that what you feel as well?
No, inside the club, I've always got along with everyone really well. Yeah, I've always got on with all the players. I've always had a great relationship with anyone. I've never had a single day's problem with anyone. I've always had a laugh and banter in training. Yeah, I guess social media can make things seem how they want to. They can twist and manipulate things. So yeah, I think that kind of sums up kind of what the media is about. I think everyone can twist anything and make you seem, by one picture, happy or sad. So yeah, nothing's really changed, to be honest. Back there, it's just yeah, now I'm playing and a bit more happier in terms of I guess being more comfortable with the playing style of Real Madrid, and yeah, obviously playing, which obviously helps.
Just finally for me, Chris Gunter's all-time record. Are you after it?
No, obviously I just want to play as many games for Wales as I can, and I'm sure he's the same. Yeah, no, we're not gunning for each other, but no, I think for me, obviously the next goal is to reach 100, which isn't too far away, and hopefully I can get there. And yeah, we both want to play as many games for Wales as we can. We both love playing for our country, which I'm sure everybody knows. And yeah, it doesn't matter who's top. We just love putting on the shirt.
Cheers, Gareth.
Thanks, Lawrence. Do we have any more questions?
Sorry, Gareth. I just wondered if I could just take you back to Geraint's point about the racism, and I apologise. It's as tiresome to ask as I'm sure it is to hear it, but I'm just wondering whether or not now, as an international captain, you might think that we're reaching a bit of a tipping point, and that players might be prepared to take matters into their own hands if appropriate action isn't taken by the authorities, and actually walk off the pitch at some stage. Yeah,
I'm sure it will. If things don't get sorted, then yeah, that will happen. I feel like if anything happened to any of our players and they wanted to walk off the pitch, I'd be fully for it. At the end of the day, yeah, football, I guess qualifying is important, but these matters become way and above football. I think, yeah, I think if as I said, if it happened to any of us and we decided to want to leave the pitch because we feel like we weren't getting the protection, or we weren't being treated the right way even by the governing bodies, then if the only way we felt was to get the best response was to walk off, then yeah, I'd be fully for it. Because at the end of the day, it's the right thing to do, and it's way more important than football.
Can I just ask whether it's a subject you've discussed amongst yourselves at all, or is it just...
No, we haven't discussed it amongst ourselves. We haven't had too many issues so far, which obviously is good for us. But I'm sure we would have that discussion if it happened. And yeah, I think we would all agree on whatever we felt was best to do, because we feel like we're a team that sticks together. And if anyone's being targeted, we'll do the right thing for ourselves.